Lord, give those gospel joy, even in their aloneness. Blanket them with your grace and loving kindness, to ward off the chill of rejection and loss of friends and family. Help them to feel your presence and trust that you are always with them. May this season of loneliness draw them ever closer to you. Because of Jesus I pray. Amen. God bless you and your loved ones. Stay safe. This is a music video, basically Juicy J, Trey Songz and Wale. It's called Bounce It, and if you don't know, the image that basically Wale has got the person that's on his shirt is Aleister Crowley, or Crowley. He was known to be the most evilest person in the entire existence. Even his own mother called him an evil person. The history behind Aleister Crowley and why these people worship him is because he actually believed that he was the Antichrist and that he was the beast, and he believed that he was in contact with Satan. And he did actually call himself the Beast. So it's no surprise that these people would promote Aleister Crowley with all the stuff that he did. Because he was a Satanist, he was a spy, and here's the real truth about Aleister Crowley, or Crowley. Notice this coin over here on the right. The satanic Baphomet, the upside down triangle, and the number 666. Now why would anybody want to buy that? Only a Satanist would buy that kind of stuff. One would go mad if one took the Bible seriously, but to take it seriously one must be already mad. This is what Aleister Crowley said. May the new year bring you courage to break your early. My own plan is to swear off every kind of virtue so that I triumph even when I fall. Man, it was just a satanic sellout. And I'm sure people are glad that he's dead, because he was evil. He was the kind of person that wanted basically child porn legalized. And it ain't no joke, he actually did. But that's how evil he was. He believed in child sacrifice, basically children being abused, basically bestiality, all the sick stuff as well. Aleister Crowley inspired the counterculture movement of the 1960s. Most people are quite aware of Aleister Crowley's censored appearance on the cover of Sgt. Pepper among the Beatles. The Beatles were sellouts. Other heroes few have gone on. Other heroes few. To ask why Aleister Crowley made the cut. John Lennon made the connection clear in an interview with Playboy when he said that the whole Beatle idea was to do what you want, right? Exactly. That's why the band was so successful, because they were sellouts. They didn't get bit, they didn't make it on their own, they sold out. That's the only reason they got so big, because they became a bunch of sellouts. They couldn't make it on their own, so they sold the soul. But notice how John Lennon said, do what thy will. That's basically what he's saying. The agenda, do what thy will. Do what thy will, which is one of the central precepts of The religion founded by Aleister Crowley is the Greek word which means will, and teaches that we each must discover our own individual inmost nature, described as the true will, the true lies. Basically, the agenda that they promote is one can basically become their own god. The Beatles were only the first of many rock musicians in the 19th to openly cite Aleister Crowley, and I mean, we all know why. And this was the stuff. He was a spy, faked his own death, most likely did. And as you see, scissors beat paper. You see the 666. We've written here before about some Aleister Crowley activities during World War II. In order post V for Victory, where we explained how Crowley's idea to use the V sign as a magical foil to the Nazi swastika were picked up by Churchill. In that same post, we discussed Crowley's French propaganda, El Galus, and how it was received by the set to music and played on BBC. So exactly, many people that think that this means the peace sign, it was actually created by Aleister Crowley. Wasn't created by Churchill, not. And I mean, just you look at this, the Irish flag, sun worship. Aleister Crowley was a great beast, 666, prophesied by John the Divine. No, really, people sometimes think that Aleister Crowley was joking around or just trying to shock people by calling himself to Meter Oberon, the great beast 666, but he really meant it, and there are good reasons to think he may have been right. Crowley himself gives a full account of how this happened in his piece, The Master, a biological note as well as of the gods, the agenda of the gods. There's only one God. In 19, Crowley a text resulted of magical, the book of law, the book contained may be summoned up in the words, do what thy will shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. With the arrival of the new law, the new world order. Crowley believed the old world order was completely overturned, destroyed by fire as it were, and a new age dawned. He called his new system Greek for will and identified himself with the great beast of revelation. Accordingly, declares Christianity oblivion among with all other religions, even while putting to use their most potent spiritual techniques, symbolism. So as we say, this is where it all started. The sellout, the disgusting. He was basically, he was the kind of person that would have allowed paedophilia, would have promoted it as a good thing. Far from being a horrific catastrophe, the word apocalypse really means a revelation. Since 1904 we have seen tremendous changes throughout society all over the globe, from the perspective of early Christians like John the Divine. The overturning of the old religions was a frightening prospect from our perspective. The mark of the beast also makes a great tattoo. No, it doesn't. Aleister Crowley also designed his own mark of the beast, which we have struck in a coin. He actually believed that he was the Antichrist. He was that deluded. He was that deluded that he actually believed he was the Antichrist. And he obviously wasn't the Antichrist because he desired women and men. The Antichrist would most likely be gay, or wouldn't desire any, as it clearly says the Antichrist will not desire men, or wouldn't desire women at all. When Aleister Crowley was asked during a trial to explain his office, Crowley replied, "The B666 only means sunlight. You can call me Little Sunshine. The agenda, worship of the sun, pagan. 666 does not mean sunlight." In some ways it is easier to believe that Aleister Crowley is a myth than to believe that he could have been a single mortal human being. In this myth of Aleister Crowley, we find a person who has excelled in three completely distinct careers, which he classifies as the secret way of the path of potential. I mean, you just look at it, he actually believed that he was the Antichrist. Worship of the sun, our religion, therefore, for the people, is the cult of the sun, who is our particular star of the body of naught, from whom scientific sense come this earth, a chilled spark of him, and all our light and life. This is what they used to do. They worship this as a god. The sun is a god. It isn't a god, and it never will be. Jesus Christ, as we know, is God in the flesh. Jesus created the sun and the moon. It didn't just create itself. These people believe that the sun is a god. As we know, there's even proof of this in the Bible. God said these people were worshipping the sun, false gods. So now you know why these people are worshipping Aleister Crowley. Because he believed he was the Antichrist. And these people love the Antichrist because they've sold their soul to him. That's why they're promoting Aleister Crowley. Because he hated Christianity. See the goat head? And notice the one eye. The goat head, as we know, what does the goat simulate? The Baphomet, the devil. The goat simulates the Baphomet because, as we know, the Knights Templars worshipped the Baphomet. Many people say there's no connection at all. There clearly was. The Knights Templars were not connected to God at all. They didn't worship God. Because if you look at the basically cross thing that they used, it's connected to the Nazis. But as you say, whenever you see a goat or somebody wearing a goat, they're worshipping the Baphomet, Satan. Satan is the Baphomet, the goat. So it's no surprise that they're using the goat, promoting Lucifer. And there we go with the devil horns. Nobody positions their hands like that for no reason. He throws it up that fast to sink into the subconscious. When they throw it up this fast, they're doing it to indoctrinate you with occult symbolism. I mean, when they're promoting the goat, then they're promoting the devil horns, then they're worshipping Aleister Crowley, the Satanist. They created Scientology in geometry. I mean, it says this song what it is, promotion of the devil.